For over 2100 years, these caves stood the test of time. Hey everyone, how are you guys? Welcome to my channel. This is Ashok. Today we are going to Khandagiri and Udayagiri caves. The history, what all caves are there, and what are their names and how it is in general. And what is so special about Khandagiri and Udayagiri caves, you must be wondering. I'll go through that and then I'll show you all that. Come along guys, let's go. While we go there, let's not waste time. Let us find out more details about the place that we are going to visit. Udayagiri and Khandagiri caves were also formerly called Katak caves. They are all partly natural and partly artificial, and they are having extreme high archaeological, historical and religious significance. They are all situated in the city of Bhubaneswar, which is the capital of Orissa. Khandagiri in itself is a very famous landmark, so it will not be very difficult for you to reach Khandagiri and Udayagiri hills. We have just reached the parking area. I am reversing the car into the position. One good initiative that the government has taken, the parking is completely free and it is so spacious. Hey everyone, we are near Khandagiri now. We have reached. There is this ticket counter where I don't think anyone is using it now yet. They haven't started this yet. But they have created some things. They have built the ticket counter, a cloakroom, also a cafeteria. So probably in some days, let's see. There's a fairly large parking area that has been constructed here. 4-wheelers, also for 2-wheelers separately. And today is a Sunday. I thought there will be lots of crowd, but apparently not much. There's a tea stall there also. The guard room here. The parking is around 200 to 250 meters off from Khandagiri and Udayagiri hills, and as it is mentioned here, it's free. If you're coming from Kalinga Studio Chak, then you'll get the parking first. The parking is just opposite the Jaydev Vatika park. You can see there. If you're coming from a public bus, that also stops near the car park. It's a beautiful sunny morning, sunny afternoon, I'm sorry guys. It's a beautiful sunny evening. Perfect for tourists like me. Very nice weather and is being perfectly captured in my phone today. The golden hour, as we can see that there are a lot of benches that have been laid out here newly. Just before the Hockey World Cup started here in Orissa, the government has created and renovated these areas, historical and heritage sites. I am sure these areas are unrecognizable if you have already visited them once before. They have placed potted plants everywhere, flowering plants. They have also laid some lawns. It's a fair bit of walk from our parking to the Khandagiri and Udayagiri caves. Around 200 meters walk, so it's not too far. Just a fair bit of walk. We have reached, as we can see from the signboard there. Khandagiri is on the right hand side and Udayagiri is on the left hand side if you're coming from the parking. The ticket counter is right in front of us. I have taken one ticket. It is 25 rupees. One ticket is enough for both Udayagiri and Khandagiri hills. It's 300 rupees per if you're a foreign national. Thanks, I guess, that I'm an Indian. First, I'm going to take a left turn into Udayagiri. I just entered. We are here at Udayagiri hills. Udayagiri caves, as they say. There are two ways we can go up the hill, from the right hand side and from the left hand side. I'll be climbing up from this side. There is also a map here installed by the Archaeological Survey of India. Very useful for tourists like yours truly. We are here. No, we are not here. Where are we? Actually, don't refer to this. This is very confusing. The ASI have also inscribed the description about Udayagiri and Khandagiri here for people like us to understand. Most of the information that we have presently about Khandagiri and Udayagiri come directly from the inscriptions that King Kharavela has left here. And most of the inscriptions are directly from cave Hati Gumpha. Gumpha means caves in Odia. King Kharavela constructed these caves in the 2nd century BC. These caves were constructed over a period of 1000 years. New rulers and monks kept building caves at these sites. Some information about King Kharavela. Kharavela was the last major monarch of the Kalinga Empire. The kingdom of Kalinga, as you must be knowing, was annexed by Ashoka in 262 to 261 BC. The Hathigumpha inscription implies that Kalinga regained its independence from the Maurya Empire sometime after Ashoka's death, and Kharavela was born in independent Kalinga. Kalinga Empire stretches over present-day Orissa, and sources say that Kharavela ruled during the period of 2nd or 1st century BC. The main source of information about Kharavela and his life comes from the Hathigumpha inscription. We are at Udayagiri now, that is Khandagiri. The inscription is undated. Only 4 of its 17 lines are completely legible, the rest partly lost and eroded by natural processes. According to the Hathigumpha inscription, Kharavela spent his first 24 years on education and sports, a period when he mastered the fields of writing, coinage, accounting, administration, and procedures of law. This cave in front of us, which looks massive, this is the Hathigumpha. Unfortunately, I haven't taken videos inside. I missed that part. Next time when I go there, I'll take videos for sure. Kharavela was Yuvaraja at 16, the crowned prince, and then the crowned king at age 24. Recall what you did when you were 16 or 24. This is the tiger cave, Bhag Gumpha in the local language. It obviously looks like a tiger head, right? With its jaws open, and there is a cave inside. Trying to rest inside a tiger's mouth. Trying to get a feel from the inside. Jainism has 2 types, Svetambar and Digambar. Digambar saints used to sit in these Udayagiri caves and pray and meditate. There are so many caves in Udayagiri, almost 18 in total, and all of them have been excavated from the hill directly. It is said that the whole cave structure was almost 10 stories high before when they were actually built, but then 8 of them have collapsed and now only 2 remain. You can imagine how large it would have been and how grand it looked when it was actually constructed in 2000 years back. Once you climb on top of Udayagiri hill, you are greeted by panoramic views of the whole city and also Khandagiri beside it. We have a good sight, aerial view of the city there. We can see that there are a lot of people and all of them are trying to get their pictures taken with the backdrop of the scenic view here. Also, we are having a great view of Khandagiri's Jain temple on top. We can see the white silhouette on the background. So Khandagiri and Udayagiri are essentially a collection of caves. Now that I have climbed to the top of Udayagiri, I am going down again, and while going down also there are lots of caves that we can explore further. You might refer to my Dhauli video also, where I have shown King Ashoka's inscriptions. In Dhauli, King Ashoka had made rock inscriptions on Buddhism, while King Kharavela inscribed here on Jainism. These inscriptions here were done in around 1st to 2nd century BC, and the language was Pali, Brahmi and Lipi. This particular cave is the Ganesh Gumpha. This is the Ganesh Gumpha. Essentially all of the caves, they are called as Gumphas in Odia, and they are actually shelters for monks who used to come here. So that is the story about it. They are all caves that served as shelters for monks and people who wanted to meditate and have a peaceful time, some quiet. So the Ganesh Gumpha, cordoned off. We don't know whether it's allowed to go inside or not, but we can clearly see there are elephants here. As you know, Ganesh ji is the elephant god. Jainism has 2 types, Svetambar and Digambar. Digambar saints used to sit in these Udayagiri caves and pray and meditate. You must be knowing this, but there are 24 Tirthankaras in Jainism. Tirthankaras, in Sanskrit, they mean supreme preachers of Dharma. The first one was Rishabhadeva and the last is Mahavira. You must be familiar with this name. Mahavira is said to be active around 600 BC, and Mahavira's symbol was the tiger. As we saw, the tiger Gumpha or the Bhaga Gumpha, that is based on the symbol of Mahavira. While climbing down the hill, I explored the backside of the Udayagiri hill. There are lots of vegetation and also there is a small pond as you saw just earlier. It's good if you want to take friends out for a small trek sort of. Also take care when you go there are lots of monkeys here. They might snatch things from your hand. We finally reached the Rani Gumpha. This is cave number 1. This is the Rani Gumpha and double storied. There are 2 stories of cave and it is the largest. In total there are 24 cells in this cave. 2000 years earlier this was actually 10 stories high. The hill was larger than it is now. Due to an earthquake, the other floors were destroyed and only 2 floors remain now. There are a lot of symbology engraved and sculpted into the Rani cave. Its carvings depict the Kalinga war. It shows how in Kalinga the people had fear in their hearts about the bloodshed and slaughter happening just near the Daya river and the Kalinga region. There is also a sitting place in the second floor. And the space in front of the cave is for dancers to perform. There are also several carvings that show folk tales and legends about Ramayana and Mahabharata as well. Another very interesting and novel feature of this cave for its time is the telephonic system. Inside there are carved out small tunnels that carry sound from one end to the other. So anyone sitting inside the Rani Gumpha can speak clearly to someone else sitting far off. There is one peculiar feature. Usually for sound to echo, a 17-meter space is required. But speciality of Rani Gumpha is that sound echoes even in the space of 1.5 meters width. These holes that we see here, they are for air supply. We have reached the second story of Rani Gumpha. Very large. Inside all these caves, there is a resting region with sort of a raised platform where the monks could rest their heads without needing of a pillow. The caves offered a cool place for them to rest and protect them from the searing heat of Orissa. This is the Bajagara Gumpha. It is very simple and small. It does not have any sculptures or carvings inside it. This is the Choto Hathi Gumpha or the small elephant cave. It is possibly the smaller version of the Hathi Gumpha, which is in the beginning. It has 6 small elephant figures in the facade and a statue of a guardian. The Alkapuri Gumpha has a relief sculpture of a lion holding its prey in its mouth. This is double storied unlike the other caves. The Jaya Vijaya Gumpha is also double storied. The cave has a carving of a female wearing heavy earrings, bands and beautifully decorated hair. I am climbing to the second floor of the cave and this is here. Can't help imagining how it would have been 2000 years before. What materials they would have used to construct this to stand the test of time. We can see the interior of the caves. Several of the caves here are connected with each other through tunnels, and it is said that they were used by people to go from one cave to the other to escape sometimes from hostile forces. That's where we came from, and now we went up like this. We went here, and we are going down again. Now we are back from where we came. There is also a small ashram in the entrance. These are some clips from there. I saw that there was one hermit inside I did not take further clips inside, just from outside I zoomed in. Thanks for watching guys. Stay tuned for the next episode where I'll be explaining Khandagiri.